Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5th installment of the Unlimited podcast here at the Unlimited YouTube channel, the Facebook page, and the Unlimited One Twitter page. We are officially done with Elimination Chamber. And judging by my reaction, I think you know how I feel right now about this show. Not a very good one, to say the least. There was a lot of crap in the show that I hated. But we will get to that in a few minutes. And by we, I mean me and my special guest. Teejay Rules, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, man, what's going on? I am glad to be here in this Unlimited podcast. I'm ready.
All right, sweet. Elimination Chamber. The one thing I did like is that there were 8 matches on the card, so at least they had a full card. Going back and what are you doing? We're live.
I know, I'm making a face with my glasses in my hand.
Anyway, I like the fact that WWE had a full card for this. I like the fact that at least pretty much all of the matches except the pre-show match had some sort of a purpose. Except the fact that a couple of them felt like Smackdown matches. What are your overall thoughts on this show?
Just by the same reaction you had, I mean, I did want to look at it as something optimistic, but in a way, I kind of had a feeling that it wasn't gonna surpass like the Royal Rumble. I did have my, do like come on. And just seeing the action, you know,
You're breaking up a little bit, dude. I can barely hear you.
Yeah. Let me see. No. Oh man, my camera's acting. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So. Again, judging by the same reaction you had, I mean, again, like, I did want to look at it as something optimistic, but then again, like, several several things about the show just kind of felt flat. I was kind of disappointed. You know, I was expecting more due to, like, WrestleMania coming in very soon, but I kind of feel like that he didn't really intrigue me that much, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I kind of went into it feeling a little bit 50-50. Because on the one hand, I looked at some of these matches and I was excited to see them, but at the same time I wasn't. I just had that feeling of gloom and doom there the entire time, and I couldn't really put my finger on why. And then some of these matches happened, and I kind of understood why. My God, some of these matches were just snooze fests, and I could skip a lot of them. You feel the same way?
Yes, sir.
I mean, first things first, I know you didn't get a chance to see it. Curt Hawkins versus Mojo Rawley.
Oh.
Why? Why is this match taking place? Why is this match a thing? Why is Mojo Rawley being featured in a one-on-one capacity? Why is Curt Hawkins featured in a one-on-one capacity?
I mean,
the one thing I can say positively about the pre-show is at least they didn't put a title match on there. So that's fine. But we kicked off the show with one of the 3 women's matches on the card, Mickie James versus Becky Lynch. What do you think of this match? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What'd you think of this match?
I just lost a little bit of connection. Can you hear me now?
Becky versus Mickie.
Oh. I mean, to me, it just felt, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to be a little bit generous here. I kind of felt that it was kind of flat. I was hoping I mean, I was hoping some type of excitement due to like Mickie James returning, and just being part of SmackDown to at least elevate more in terms of the women's division. But I kind of feel like that they're probably going to put more into WrestleMania. But overall, I was hoping something a little bit better. Not the best ending, in my opinion. I just kind of felt like they were kind of rushing this a little bit. Yeah, it could have been so much better. I'm not sure how else to say it.
Yeah, I think it definitely fell flat. The match wasn't the worst match of the night. But at the same time, you're right. I think that they kind of rushed it a little bit. And I think that the WWE needed to establish Mickie back again. And she's now lost 3 big matches. I know her purpose is to put other people over. But at the same time, you can't just continue to have her put people over, because then that ruins her value. That ruins the meaning of her being on the show. You agree?
Yes. Yes, sir.
But it wasn't the worst match of the night. What was next? Then we get to, here's my worst match of the night, personally. Kalisto and Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler in this handicap match. What do you think? What did you think of this match?
Well, the thing that kind of excited me was Ziggler attacking Kalisto. I think that was the best part so far. Still waiting for Apollo Crews to get some character. The other this match, again, I do agree, not the best. I thought like Crews doing some type of spinning powerbomb on Ziggler getting the victory. To me, it just felt like Crews versus Dolph Ziggler most of the match. Me personally, Kalisto couldn't like he shouldn't even be here. But the main attraction, that's how I truly feel. Like the dude got ambushed like in less than 10 seconds. I mean, the man was doing fine without Kalisto. The whole thing that got attention was basically thank you, Ziggler. Ziggler this, Ziggler that, due to not only him being healed but attacking Kalisto. Just to me, it feels kind of sad how WWE doesn't even put so much effort in terms of the baby faces, because usually the heels are supposed to be getting booed, and the fact that this man had more cheers and more excitement than Apollo Crews and Kalisto, just to me it kind of shows how much what's the word I'm looking for? How much time they put into these characters, which I use that word very, very loosely. Still waiting for Crews to at least have one. I don't understand what's so charismatic about him smiling every 5 seconds. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, honestly. He's one guy that I like, but the WWE needs to give him something. Just like the WWE, when they do things, they need to follow through with them. And having Dolph Ziggler turn heel was a blessing that needed to happen, because Ziggler as a babyface just did not work. However, the WWE isn't doing anything with him as a heel, and it kind of seems the same. He's put in these random matches that don't really benefit anyone. And here's a prime example. You have him take out Kalisto, which I liked. I liked the fact that Ziggler had this pre-match attack. It was good heel heat. But at the same time, then you just have him job out to the both of them. And then you do this post-match attack. And to me, I'm just thinking to myself, well, if he wasn't strong enough to win the match, why is he plowing through Kalisto and Apollo Crews after the match? Like playing Superman. Does that make any sense?
But I completely feel the same way. I mean, this whole thing just felt bizarre. Me personally, Kalisto just feel like again, like I liked what Dolph Ziggler did. If they gave him some type of heel heat, but in a way, it just made the whole thing pointless in terms of a handicap match. At least that's how I feel. But overall, I was disappointed with the match, and I was hoping it could have been played out better, but it is what it is from there.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's the word of the night is just disappointment. Because even this tag team turmoil match, you have American Alpha coming in as the champion. And you would think with all of these teams in there that they would lose the titles. And instead it was like they played Super Cena. They were the Cena of the tag team division. What did you think of this match?
Oh, I lost. Name it. Can you repeat the ending again? I apologize.
What did you think of this tag team turmoil match?
First off, I want to say is I was hoping for Heath Slater and Rhino to get some, I guess, some excitement out of this match. I mean, sure, they had a standing ovation at first, but then it just started to die down a little bit after they got eliminated. But I'm gonna try to be nice here. I don't want to disappoint some people, because some people felt like that it was a great tag team match. In a way, I kind of felt different about the match. I kind of missed the ending a little bit, but I heard the American Alpha got the victory. Is that correct?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so the ending with Ascension and American Alpha, I had a feeling that that they were gonna retain the title. I don't think them losing Elimination Chamber would be the right time, but in a way, I feel like having them having the Ascension. I mean, that's how bad the fact that WWE doesn't even utilize the Ascension properly just makes me what's the word? Forget about them. And to me, I find that disappointing, in my opinion. But I expected something better in terms of this match. I'm not sure what happened at the ending. You think you can enlighten me what happened? Because I kind of lost connection from there.
Yeah, I mean, the Usos were eliminated, and then they attacked American Alpha, and then the Ascension came out, and instead of capitalizing, the Ascension just, toys around with them a little bit, to a point where American Alpha is able to recover and pretty much just beat them like they didn't take any attack at all.
Wow.
It was a dumb finish. It was a really dumb match.
Overall, I was highly disappointed with the match. I do agree. The match could have been so much better. And it doesn't make any sense, the fact that American Alpha got ambushed, they got attacked, they got destroyed by the Usos, and all of a sudden they just like in terms of Terminator, they just springed up in action and just got the victory. I just don't understand.
Yeah, honestly, there was a lot of no selling tonight, and it wasn't even just them. It was Ziggler. It was
that's the word. Selling. That was the word.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
No problem. But you have American Alpha here. You had Ziggler completely no-sell his loss. You had Kalisto completely no-sell the attack. I mean, honestly, just the entire night was full of it. And even when we get to the chamber match, there was some in there too.
Oh, yeah.
But
I felt the same way.
Yeah. Then we get to Nikki versus Natalya in a total divas battle. What did you think of this?
I mean, really, no contest. It was a double countout. I mean, really? Only thing I saw was insults. I think, am I allowed to use profanity in this podcast?
You can keep it to a minimum, but yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely choose my words wisely. So, yeah, she's trying to mimic John Cena. With the whole 5-knuckle shuffle. She said the B word. Sure, there was high-flying moves here and there. They were doing submissions with each other, etc. And they could just end up with the referee counting 10. Just why?
Exactly. That's how you wanted to end this match?
They could have done more. It started to elevate a little bit after they started fighting outside the ring. Nikki just got slammed in the barricade. I'm sorry, not Nikki. Natalya. So while they're fighting outside, they just the ref counts to 10, and then after the match, they just continuously fighting, which I thought it was pretty cool. But I felt like that they're still going to continue this feud after the Elimination Chamber, possibly WrestleMania. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm just taking a big guess there. But I feel like there could have been a better ending.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think this match is worthy of being on Mania. I don't really think this feud is that worthy of it, because you think about it, we're probably going to get a Raw women's title match, a SmackDown women's title match. This match is kind of just going to get lost in there. This should have been the decisive, definitive ending of the feud, and instead they're going to continue it. I don't really like that much.
Me either.
But then we get to, I'm sure a lot of people love this match. I didn't think it was that great, but I also didn't think it was that bad. Randy Orton versus Luke Harper. What'd you think of this match?
I thought it was 50-50. I wouldn't say it was I wouldn't consider it as the match of the night, but I would consider it as acceptable. Sure, you got both of them slamming each other at the announce table. They're just flinging each other like a frisbee on the announce table. They're just fighting each other at the announce table. They're just trying to slam the announce table, but it wouldn't break.
That poor announce table.
Well, at least it didn't got dismantled in this pay-per-view.
Yeah, there were no announce table smashings. I was surprised. There wasn't any racism in this show. I like it.
I feel like they might save it at the grandest stage of them all.
Every table's gonna break at WrestleMania.
Oh God! Right after the match, they're gonna send their condolences to the announce table for the 300th time. We're gathered here today
to celebrate
the life of the announce table, even though we constantly destroy it like it's nothing. Let's bow our heads.
I could honestly see if they do this at a big show, I could honestly see, let's say they do a Falls Count Anywhere match, them going to all of the international announce tables and demolishing them. And then all you see is Funaki. He's trying to fend them off, but it didn't work. All right, no. I would love that, honestly.
That'd be great. But I think, I think there was a swanton splash on. I think Luke Harper did some type of senton splash on Randy Orton, and I was quite surprised to see Harper do that type of move. But overall, the match was okay. Again, it was 50-50. I didn't consider it as the greatest thing I've seen, but it wasn't bad. I had a feeling that Randy Orton was gonna get the RKO out of nowhere, and then he does the pinfall, 1, 2, 3, and he's pointing at the WrestleMania sign. I think he was also mocking Luke Harper, if I'm not mistaken.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I feel like that Randy Orton is definitely going to have his next opponent, which I'm pretty sure we'll get up to momentarily. But
Yes.
overall, it was a good match. Not the greatest, but I thought it was acceptable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think acceptable or okay are the words to describe it. It was an okay match. It was slow to start off. It started to pick up. It started to get going. We get to the finish here, and the finish kind of bothered me because on the one hand, Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble. So obviously you want to keep the momentum on him. So having him win would make sense. But you also have Luke Harper, who just split up from the Wyatt. And here's his first match as a member of, as free from the Wyatts. And he loses. To me, this would have been the ideal match to do some sort of a no contest, some sort of a double disqualification. Because you're trying to, instead of establishing one guy, why don't you establish both guys? That makes more sense. But an okay match. Just an okay one. It was good enough to get by, I guess.
I agree. Yeah. It's just my camera keeps acting up, and I'm a little disappointed.
That's all right. Well, I mean, stuff happens. But SmackDown Women's Championship match. Naomi and Alexa Bliss. I have plenty to say about this match, but what were your thoughts on this?
Well, oh boy, where do I begin from here? To me, I mean, damn, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. I feel like, all right, sure, she deserves it here and there, blah blah blah. She gets interviewed, etc. One thing I did want to bring up, I didn't understand what was the point of Carmella and the James Ellsworth type of thing. Maybe you can enlighten me with that. I was a little bit confused about that.
I was so confused about it too. I mean, are you trying to get these women that are wrestling over, or are you trying to get Carmella over? And it seems like, well, what makes Carmella such a big deal where she could be here critiquing all of these matches? It just, these segments, they were funny and cheesy, but they were also really stupid and pointless. There was no point to them.
Yeah, I just didn't understand that at all. And the thing about critiquing about that, in terms of the match between the Divas, she wasn't even part of it. Like, I don't know, just a lot of confusion, and I don't know. But anyways, let me get back to this quote-unquote women's match and Naomi winning the title. I know people want to say this is a great match because she got the victory. I, on the other hand, felt a little bit different. I think she botched with the moonsault, if I'm not mistaken. She was trying to do like a leg moonsault over Alexa Bliss. Yes. And then she got the victory, and I feel like this could be great for like Botchamania. But
I agree.
It kind of felt a little bit sloppy at first, and at the ending, it just felt, I don't know. To me, it kind of felt short. It kind of felt like a little bit of a squash match. I mean, sure, we do have a new champ. I'm a little bit skeptical about how long she might hold it for. And I think someone mentioned this. I understand we don't necessarily have a African American as a WWE champion, but you have a women WWE champion who's, I guess you could say, black. I mean, does that mean anything? I mean,
that's exactly why I love this match. And honestly,
that was the best thing about it. I mean, I'm happy for her. Like, I'm glad. But in a way, like, I was a little bit disappointed with the match itself. But overall, like, I'm highly happy the fact that Naomi won the title.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the match itself was botchy. It was sloppy. They botched a lot of moves. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't a perfect match by any means. But I think this is something that's good for the WWE, and it's great for Naomi to finally get that championship. She's been given a lot of crap. She's gotten stupid gimmicks and WrestleMania matches being taken away from her. She deserves something, and this is what she got, and I love it. And the crowd popped. The crowd was chanting, "You deserve it," and she did deserve it. Honestly, her going into WrestleMania as the women's champion, something that I didn't imagine ever happening. Well, it looks like it's going to happen, barring any rematches or anything like that. So good for her. Good for the WWE.
I agree. I mean, I'm happy for her. I'm hoping she could hold that title for quite a while. Maybe not like New Day, but I'm hoping that'll be the case because she deserves it. I just wish she had a better, in terms of like character-wise, but overall, I'm just happy for her. And yeah,
I like her look. Maybe because she's hot, number one, but but I like the fact that she comes out with the glow and stuff. She's different. She looks different from the rest of the women, so I like that. You're right about like her character and whatever, but to be fair, not a lot of people have characters today.
That's true. If I would accept her what she's doing, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I definitely like her music, and I wish she could dance in my house. That's for sure. I'm sorry. That was totally not PG.
That's all right. It's the truth, though. I agree with you.
I'm sorry. That was totally unprofessional on my part, but in terms of my channel, I'm rated R. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Elimination Chamber match. WWE Championship. Cena defends against Styles, Ambrose, Corbin, Miz, and Bray Wyatt. First things first. A lot of people critiqued the new Elimination Chamber itself, the structure itself. Why on earth are the floors padded? It literally looks like a playground when the steel around the chamber looks like plastic and the freaking floor looks like a cushion. This is the Elimination Chamber. You advertise it on commercials that it alters careers and it ends, well, not ends, excuse me, but alters lives. Hasn't ended a life yet, thank God. Well, the ring has, yes, I know. But anyway, how can I take these moves outside of the ring, excuse me, seriously, if you're just landing on padding? Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? Like, it's supposed to be a barbaric structure where people get hurt, and instead it's like a freaking playground. Do you agree with that?
Dude, I gotta say you are on the ball right now. I was literally complaining about that same thing. Like it's bad enough that it's not glass. Like, it's bad enough that the Elimination Chamber doesn't look dangerous like it once was. It's like now there's cushions. I'm like I totally agree. That defeats the purpose of the show. I mean, next thing you know, they're probably gonna put pillows and blankets and feathers to make it a little bit more, try to make it safe. It's supposed to be a chamber.
You got to try to make it believable. It's not believable when you freaking hit the mat and you can see the mat come up because it's freaking fake.
I think I remember, like, during the chamber, they used to make the wrestlers bleed. Like,
yes.
yeah.
How about some blood? But honestly, like, you're advertising that it's supposed to be something barbaric, and it's something not at all. In terms of the match itself, obviously the finish left a lot of people happy. But what were your overall thoughts on this match?
Just like what you mentioned before, I mean, there was a lot of complaints I had in terms of this match. I will say is that I'm glad that Bray Wyatt won. Me personally, I mean, this man deserves it, in my honest opinion. Like you don't necessarily have something such as dark and greedy, such as Bray Wyatt. I like the fact that he finally got something, you know, that's more elevated in terms of the title. You know, like the man is holding something meaningful. I'm stammering. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And with that title, it definitely brings a lot of questions, a lot of interesting feuds and predictions, etc. Like this main question, like this is what I always hear: what happens next? What happens in terms of like Bray Wyatt? And since Randy Orton appeared, I feel like, in my honest opinion, I'm just going to jump the gun from here. I feel like Randy Orton wants that title. He's going to try to do everything to win that title, and I feel like this is going to, I guess, break up the quote-unquote family. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But in a way, I did like the ending. It did bring some type of excitement, you know, with the kickouts, with the finishers, etc. Overall, I was hoping for something a little bit more edgy. The only thing that was edgy was just basically people jumping off the chamber. But overall, it was okay. Me, my personal opinion, it was all right. I'm happy that Bray Wyatt won, and it's definitely going to bring some new ideas in terms of WrestleMania season. But this could have elevated a little bit more better. And why you got to put the cushion in? Damn it! Why? You just why?
But before I get to my thoughts on this match, a word from Bray Wyatt.
The age of the unwanted empire has begun. Those who have discarded us for years now must recognize that we are in the positions of power. Randall, Keith Orton, the winner of the Royal Rumble, and me, the humble servant, the Bray Wyatt is your champion. We are now recognized as the powerful. The fireflies light our way to the graces of the beyond as we bask. Glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, a word from the Elimination Chamber winner and WWE champion, Bray Wyatt. However, I hated this match. It was one of the oddest Elimination Chamber matches that I've ever seen, which resulted in one of the dumbest finishes that I've ever seen. I love Bray Wyatt to death. But what makes him deserving of this chance? Because if you look overall over the past couple of years, Bray has lost every big feud he has been in, and he has lost a majority of his credibility. And yet here he is as the champion going into not just any show, but WrestleMania. To me, this match lacked a lot. The in-ring action itself was okay, but I thought that, you know, it literally felt like a match that just happened to have a chamber around it. There weren't really a lot of big-time spots, and I felt that ruined the match a little bit. And this finish just bugs me to death, and it bugs me even more because we're not getting John Cena, Randy Orton. I really, really, really wanted that match.
Are you serious?
And yes, I was serious about that. I was completely serious about that.
I thought you just wanted to troll me.
No, I want to make people get what they deserve. And John Cena and Randy Orton is what these people deserve. Bray Wyatt in this spot is not what they deserve, nor is it what I wanted to see. But you know what? He's the champion. Unfortunately, what makes this feel even worse is that in a couple of weeks is Fastlane. But, yeah, there's my rant.
Again, I do agree. Most of the day did so much better. I do want to say this man put out a better Bray Wyatt than the actual Bray Wyatt. So, yeah, I'll definitely give him an applause. It comes up. That's for sure.
Yo, shut up. I would turn your camera off because I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Like, I couldn't hear.
Okay.
I think every time the camera comes on, that's when it gets a little bit fuzzy.
I'm going to have to buy a new camera then. All right. So, I'm not sure that you heard me, but I said the man, what I saw, he's a better Bray Wyatt than actual Bray Wyatt. I'll give him the title. He can have my title in the back over there. So,
congratulations, Alec. You're the champion.
What can I say? I've been working to this all my life. I don't know how to accept this. It's such an honor. I guess first I have to thank the Academy. Of course, I have to give a shout out to my mom getting in here. To my friends, not Matt Meffy.
Oh, what? I hate you. Anyway, imagine I just interrupted your speech and just super kicked you. But yeah, this match just lacked something spectacular, and the finish.
It lacks. There's a lot of things that lack in this match, but overall, I do agree with a lot that you mentioned. But if he does tend to lose to Randy Orton, which I also wanted to piss people off in terms of Cena, Randy Orton, like I was gonna make a video, like yes, we got what we wanted, you know, something like that.
I legitimately wanted that match. I really did.
Same here. But then again, people are so triggered. The fact that Cena won 16 world titles, and people complain, oh, he surpassed Ric Flair. Ric Flair said that it was fine. He was even okay that if he even surpasses Ric Flair's title streak. So even if people don't like it, I mean, Ric Flair was fine with it. And me personally, I'm okay with it. I mean, regardless that if Cena wins 17 titles, I mean, Ric Flair, he's still going to be a legend no matter what. I mean, people shouldn't have been triggered.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that it devalues Ric Flair. How? He had a nearly unbreakable record that just happened to get tied. And, you know, John Cena wins the 16th championship. I was okay with that. I was fine.
Plus, Ric Flair devalues Ric Flair.
Ric Flair devalues Ric Flair, apparently. Yeah. But, yeah, to the people who did not want to see this, excuse me, you were going to get it eventually, so it's better that it happened now. So you don't have to deal with it later. Well, you might have to deal with it later because, you know, number 17 is going to come soon. And John Cena is going to be the new official record holder.
I agree. Yeah, it may not happen at the Grand Stage or more, but it is going to happen very soon.
Yeah, one problem I had with this Chamber match, and I saw this even in the Turmoil match, there were a lot of spots that just made some of the wrestlers look really weak. Like Baron Corbin losing via a roll-up or getting eliminated via a roll-up.
Which I called.
Which you called, literally.
I was on.
And then you have Miz, who's supposed to be taken like a big deal, who's been acting like a big deal, who's been treated like a big deal, and he runs into Cena, he gets eliminated instantly, like he's no threat at all. Just some people in this match looked really weak. I thought that even in the Turmoil match, the way American Alpha won completely weakens that tag team division. It makes that whole division look incredibly weak. Do you agree with this?
Again, I missed the ending, so I will have to check that out. But what you just told me, it does sound very weak, and the fact that the Usos has annihilated the American Alpha, and then all of a sudden they just spring back and just get the victory, I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, like, when you get ambushed in terms of 4 or 5 people, how do you get up like less than 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I never understood that logic, but this is WWE. What can you do?
True. It was like a couple years ago when Big Show chokeslammed John Cena through a searchlight, and he was back the next day. Meanwhile, Triple H gets kicked in the head, and he's out for 2 months.
Oh, the other thing that pissed me off was the steel cage match with Dolph Ziggler versus John Cena. Ziggler has zigzagged him like 2-3 times. Biggie has hit him with a steel cage. Ziggler has annihilated him like, this happened at a Monday Night Raw match when it was Dolph Ziggler, Biggie, and I believe it was AJ Lee.
Man. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, it only took one attitude adjustment to get the victory? I mean, really? How is that believable? Ziggler could have gotten the victory 2-3 times. And yet Cena did one AA and he gets the victory. I never understood that today.
It was like pretty much any attack on with the Nexus. Remember the Nexus? Good God. They attacked John Cena brutally. Dismantle him, dismantle everyone around ringside, and then next week they show up, no scars, no bruises, they act like it's no big deal. The art of selling is gone in today's WWE, and this pay-per-view epitomized that. There was a lot of no selling on this show, and I did not like it. I personally just did not like this show.
The only thing WWE sold was tickets.
They
they never mentioned about wrestlers selling.
They sold those tickets, and they sold those at least a little bit of network subscriptions. So, but yeah, Elimination Chamber, SmackDown's last pay-per-view until WrestleMania. Well, we have Fastlane to look forward to.
A part of me doesn't even want to review it, but then again, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, like, it's bad enough that people like to consider Raw as a B+ show due to the horrendous, constant shows that they keep producing every week and the low ratings and the viewership, and it's lower than the Titanic at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
It's it's pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know.
I will at some point. The only reason I'm not going to do a podcast for it is because I'm going to be on vacation. So
you're better off going on vacation.
It'd be kind of awkward if, like, here I am on a beach and I'm recording a review.
I mean, hey, man, they want to see the Unlimited Beach edition. I mean, why not?
Unlimited on location. I mean, I plan to do at least like one video from Mexico and wherever I'm going. But we'll see. We'll see.
I went to Cancun last year.
Did you?
Yeah, and it's also on Twitter. And guess who I met there? Out of all people.
Who?
Jim Ross.
Oh, yeah. I saw that picture. I didn't know it was in Cancun, though.
Dude, it was so bizarre. Like this happened around midnight. Like, I was sitting down. I was looking at Twitter. All of a sudden, Jim Ross posted this tweet that he was at Cancun. Next thing you know, next morning, we was at the lobby. There he was. But he was working though, so we felt bad because he's trying to do something. But it was nice enough to at least get a picture with him. But overall, he was a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about. I've heard a lot of good stuff about JR. So
I just wish he had his barbecue sauce. I would have bought it.
He just comes with a traveling barbecue sauce salesman, JR.
Why not?
Honestly, it's a moneymaker.
That's true.
You're going to sell it on WWE.com. Might as well just travel with it.
If came up to me trying to sell me barbecue sauce, I'd buy like 5 bottles.
I would too, honestly. But yeah, Elimination Chamber. We got Fastlane. Quick question, and then we'll wrap up. Are you excited for WrestleMania?
I'm trying to. But then again, I should. I mean, it's always the grandest stage of them all. There's always something new, even if it doesn't bring up to certain expectation. Like, it's always something exciting, you know. The wrestling, the atmosphere, which I'm gonna look at it with an open mind. So I'll try to be generous. I'll say sure, why not? I mean, I don't. But we still have to see what else they're going to produce. I feel like that we may not know what else may happen. They might put out more in the long run. But until then, if I do see some other excitement going on, then I might look at it as something positive. But until then, I'll say sure. Sure, why not?
Again, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. It's almost like how I felt going into the Chamber. On the one hand, there are a lot of matches that I feel could produce, but also there's a lot of matches that could take place. And looking at the potential matches that could take place at WrestleMania, this WrestleMania could have up to 12, 13, 14 matches. That's just too much.
7 hours was too much last year.
7 hours was too much, which means this year they'll go up to like 9. They'll make WrestleMania a 2-day event.
Oh God! Watch next year. It's gonna be 24 hours.
It'll be like the WrestleMania telethon or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there are some matches that intrigue me. There are a few matches that excite me, but at the same time, it's the WWE, and a lot of people are going to look at me and say, well, you shouldn't always go into these shows with a negative attitude. Well, you know what? I've been through a lot of negative stuff when it comes to wrestling. So
I feel like that since WWE produces a lot of filler and a lot of negativity, people get used to it. And when a show is too predictable, you don't get that same excitement like you used to. So in a way, I don't blame you.
I mean, honestly, if there's nothing to like, then I'm not going to sit here and lie and say everything is great and awesome when it's not. You know, yeah, WWE has just put me through a lot of stress, put a lot of people through some stress. Hopefully,
it's a chore.
Excuse me. At this point, like, it's at a point where I'm not watching Raw. I'm keeping tabs with SmackDown. I'm not watching it every week. It's pretty much just the pay-per-views and the takeovers. And that barely keeps me going. It's gotten bad, and I've stopped watching wrestling before I'll do it again. There's not that much that – there's a lot that pisses me off. But it's not to the extent that 2012 did, for example, where I completely stopped watching. I guess we'll see. I'm 50-50 about Mania. You good?
I'm good. And again, I don't blame you, man.
Oh, man. This is pretty depressing podcast. But thank you, my friend TJ, for coming on. This is fun.
Oh, definitely.
If you would like to subscribe to his channel, description box down below. Also follow him on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Share this video. I'm sure I'll have TJ on eventually. Eventually. I would love for you to come back. This was definitely a good time.
Oh, definitely. I would definitely love to join you again.
Yeah, this was really fun. I'm planning to do something big for around WrestleMania time, so I'll definitely keep you in the loop on that. But for now, I'm Matt from Unlimited. You have watched the Unlimited Podcast.